Hello, everyone. CannoliSasquatch here for a Monday night stream. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Some late breaking news about Donald Trump, the new Predator Prey movie. Was it any good? Was it too woke? Was it woke at all? We'll find out. Jalen Rose makes a really stupid comment about Mount Rushmore and why it should be canceled. And unfortunately, surprising but not surprising death in celebrity news today. So let's get started. First of all, how's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. Mondays are my favorite days. Had to wear a new shirt today. For the people who are watching, anybody who knows about gaming, this is a classic. So I want to thank you all for popping in today on this Monday night. I know some people out there currently watching the Met game. I am following it right now as well. So I want to make sure that as soon as that game's over, if everybody who's on Truth Social, all those lovely Met fans out there can chime in on the stream, comment, whatever. So yeah, if you're watching, please like this stream. Subscribe if you want. Hit the notification bell so you do get notified every time I have a new video or a new stream come up. And basically that's it. So we're going to get into some news here shortly. I will advise that this Friday coming up at 7:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I will be having our original podcast, Whiskey and Cannolis podcast, with my co-host Whiskey Banger. I'm going to have the Filipino meatball back on as a special guest, and also Stovepipe, good buddy of mine. We are going to have basically a full show on unpopular opinions in the firearm industry with weapons, ammo, everything. All the unpopular opinions. We're all going to debate. So that's going to be an awesome show. Hope you can all chime in and join us that day. So anyway, as I'm working today, at the end of the day, I'm getting my categories in order. I'm looking at all the stuff that I want to talk about, getting some information, doing some research, and all of a sudden pops up some late breaking news. And unfortunately, not surprising late breaking news. So I'm just going to get into it here. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen, and we're going to talk about this. So everybody knows Donald Trump. Donald Trump had his home raided today. In Mar-a-Lago. So what happens is I'm sitting here working at the end of the day, and I get a notification from Twitter that breaking news: Trump's home was raided by the FBI. Blah 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 blah. Long story short, he puts out a statement about it, basically ripping the Biden administration and all this stuff. So I'm going to read this real quick, and then we'll kind of discuss it. Anybody who's in the comments who wants to discuss this, who's watching, please do. So basically it says here, notable public figures lashed out online. Monday afternoon after news broke that the FBI has executed a search warrant at Trump's Florida home at Mar-a-Lago. The investigation is centered around classified material that Trump brought with him to Mar-a-Lago from the White House. Okay. So it just goes on to say, basically, Biden's out-of-control DOJ is ripping the country apart with how they are openly targeting their political enemies, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted. Basically, Donald Trump Jr. also tweeted that they did not find anything in his safe. They raided his safe. They broke into his, not broken, but they looked into his safe. Eric Trump here has a point, stating that we truly live in a third world country, where he's not completely wrong. This administration is basically just hammering down these stupid policies with their new Inflation Act, which is a sham. It's an absolute joke. But anyway, I've never seen anything like this generally happen to an ex-president. You can go back to the Nixon thing with Watergate and a raid into his headquarters and all that. But this is a little different. This is all because they don't want Donald Trump to run in 2024. They're doing everything they can with these January 6 hearings and all this other stuff, including this today. They really just want to intimidate Trump. Here's the problem. You got people even in Florida right now who are at his residence, his fans. There's a line of cars. There's supporters everywhere now. The more that they push, the more that this current administration pushes on this, the more that they go on with these ludicrous hearings and these stupid political games. They're just going to fire up his fan base even more. They're going to go ahead and rally the troops even more. So, you have Cuban Americans standing outside his house with Trump flags. Cuban Americans, right? Supporting Trump. You have a line of cars with Trump supporters. Then you can say what you want. You don't have to like Trump, but his fan base is strong. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Thanks for joining the show. This is just unbelievable, though. Like, I was going to move on to quick other subjects this tonight, but this came up, and of course we have to talk about this. I love Candace Owens. The FBI must be legally and formally dissolved. The FBI really has become a joke now. I might be targeted now for saying that, but they are scared. The Democrats are scared about what's coming in the midterms. They're scared about Trump running. They don't want him to run. They know that they have a red wave possibly coming, and they're doing everything they can to crash and burn everything. This inflation act that they passed, the lies that they are stating that this does not hurt the middle class. It's going to actually help the middle class. Only the rich people are going to be taxed. Very, very inaccurate. If you look at the numbers, over 90% of the middle class is going to get taxed on this, because the cost has to come from somewhere. It's going to hurt small businesses. It's going to hurt the middle class. And you're giving the IRS more power with 87,000 more employees. It's going to be more audits for middle class and poor people. And then even if the rich do get taxed more, people who own businesses, these rich billionaire companies, where do you think that cost is going to get passed down to? The consumer, which is us. Gas prices are not going to go down. Price of goods are not going to go down. They're not going to be able to hire people because they're getting taxed more. So all this is going to do is hurt the economy more and raise inflation. And they know this and they don't care, but they're going to lie to you. CNN's going to lie to you. MSNBC, all their political talking heads are going to lie to you and tell you this is a good thing for the economy, and it's green, saving the environment, green. Everybody needs to own an electric car. Emissions. Give me a break. It's a sham. And listen, I'm not a fan of either political side, but the left has gone too far. They're just insane. They're insane. They're absolutely insane. This with Trump just proves more and more. So anyway, I'm going to get back to Candace Owens' comment. The FBI must be legally and formally dissolved. What happened to President Trump is positively stunning and a mark of unchecked government power. I no longer recognize the country I live in, left or right. We all must come together to fight this evil. And I got to say, if you're shut up, Tim. If you're a Biden supporter and see this or don't agree with Trump, you don't have to be a conservative or Republican. If you're a libertarian, an independent, or even a Democrat, I don't know how you look at this administration right now and go, wow, I really made the right decision by voting for this guy. And I'm not saying you have to like Trump. You don't have to like anybody you don't want to. But this is insanity. Federal prosecutors opened up a grand jury investigation back in May into Trump over whether classified material that ended up at his home in Mar-a-Lago was mishandled. The main purpose of these types of investigations is usually for federal authorities to determine if any classified material was compromised. Yet Hillary Clinton can actually delete emails from a server. Hunter Biden can basically commit crimes with underage females, smoking crack on a freaking on video, do backside deals with the Ukraine. Not investigated. Talked about, but not investigated. Typical. It's nice when you have the media in your pocket, huh? Very, very convenient for the world when you have the media. I hope you're right, Greg. I hope that businesses don't vote Democrat. And the thing with the red wave is that not necessarily that the Republicans always do everything better. By the way, go Mets. They just won again. Unbelievable. Yeah, they don't do everything better. But the left has gone so radical, so insane with their policies. If you're actually intelligent enough to do the research, look at the statistics, go to neutral places. Stop listening to the people on the left, the Young Turks, or whoever you watch on. You could say what you want. I like the Daily Wire. You could say, they're the conservative talking heads for the conservative party. Okay, whatever. They do tell the truth, in my opinion. They're open. They'll knock their own. They'll knock conservatives. They'll knock Republicans. But anyway, this is not about Trump actually having anything at his location in Mar-a-Lago. This is all political play, a power play from the Biden administration, and Democrats do it well. I'll give them that. They don't back down. They stick to their guns, and they rally around each other, and they don't back down. That's the one thing I will say Republicans don't do. We know there's a lot of coward rhinos that voted in this stupid act that just passed, which is going to hurt the economy. It's going to hurt Americans. I don't know what else to say. This is going to be an ongoing thing. You will be hearing about this all week. So whoever you like to listen to, Twitter or wherever you go from social media, you're going to be hearing about this a lot. It's just like I said, it's just crazy to me how we just let it get this far, and it's kind of sad. But Candace Owens is right. Whether you're left or right or whatever, even in the middle, you have to see this for what it is. And the corruption and power play that the Democrats are doing here, Biden administration, is an absolute joke. You're going to see things get worse. You're going to see money coming out of your pocket even more in the coming years because of this stupid act that just passed, this Inflation Act. I think even Bernie Sanders was against it. And you want to talk about the biggest socialist we know for handout? It's just embarrassing. So anyway, this is kind of a late breaking thing. I would make this my main talking point tonight, but there's going to be more coming up on this. We might talk about this Friday. I might make a video about this during the week, but I wanted to kind of break with this and just advise that the FBI raided Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago. Of course, he put out a statement. And then, Tim, you can always replace anything in my pocket, buddy. But this is a lot of goofiness with this administration. I did a lot of research today in the morning before work about this Inflation Act that passed, and it's absolutely insane what's happened. With the amount of power that the IRS just got, with the amount of money that's wasted, and they just gave another $1 billion to the Ukraine. Tim, you just want a job with the IRS. I know, because I know they come where you work. They come picking people clean. So I know that's what you're looking for, buddy. But this is a problem. I don't know. I have family members and friends that are Democrats, and they're admitting to me now that they made a mistake. It's okay. Hey, listen. Republicans who voted for the Bushes admit that they made a mistake. Now it's okay. It's a little late now because now you get what you get what you deserve. You wanted somebody who wasn't mean and tweeted mean and wasn't aggressive and what you so-called sexist. And this is what you get: $5 gas prices. I know what people are going to say. Well, it's not all on the president. The president doesn't dictate the gas prices. Blah blah blah. You know what? You're sitting in the seat. You take the heat. So, Tim, you're not getting a signing bonus from the IRS. I'm sorry, buddy. It's not happening. So I'm going to move away from this story because you're going to hear people much more informed than me talk about this. I want to talk about a movie that came out this weekend on Hulu. Now, again, stick with me, people. I know some of you might not be interested or even know what happened I know this movie came out. There was a movie called Prey that came out this weekend. Now, not Pray, not pray like Tim. I hope you audit me. Oh man, I hope you do. That would be epic. The movie Prey, it's a Predator sequel set 300 years prior to the first movie. So in Native America, I think it's 1716, I believe. Native Americans fighting the Predator. So when I heard the premise of this movie, initially I was like, okay, this could be interesting. You have Native Americans fighting the Predator. I like the idea because they're good hunters. It's unique. Then the story plot divulges a little more. You have a Native American female who basically is not. She wants to convince her tribe that she's a good hunter. So she makes some mistakes, and then basically by the end of the movie, she's a ninja, doing crouching tiger, hidden dragon stuff, jumping off trees and killing a predator that's invisible with lasers. Well, not lasers, but 8 foot tall predator. So this movie came out. I had really no interest at some point to watch this movie Prey because I'll pull this up here. I really, after the premise, I knew it was going to be a woke nightmare. Now, again, I have no problem or no issue with the female being the main lead in a movie. I want to make that very clear. And you know what, Greg? I liked Crouching Hidden Dragon. It was unique, but that movie made sense for what it was. This, it just didn't make sense to me. again, I liked the premise initially, but then it just got ruined. The more it was being pushed by, it was basically the advertising for this was terrible. It was very, very in your face with the advertising. Instead of it being about the predator, it was about Native American females and why women can do things that men can do, and why sometimes we're better than men. And then it was very, very. It wasn't. I think if it was advertised better, it would have actually gotten more people to watch. Now it's on a streaming service. Did not go to the movie theaters because I think it would have bombed in the movies. To be honest with you. So you have a lot of mixed reactions from this. People that I actually like and respect on YouTube and movie reviewers actually thought it wasn't bad. So I said, okay. So I watched a lot of it. I watched it recently, and so this is what I'll say about it. It is definitely woke as far as the concept of pushing the female empowerment thing. Some of the scenes in the movie are very good. There's a lot of action in it, especially towards the end. This predator in this movie is more of a brute predator, more of a just attack, destroy. It's very gory. The movie's very gory. People like that. So I did have fun watching parts of it. Where I had a major issue with was the story was a little slow. It wasn't exactly a very endearing story. It wasn't exciting. I didn't care about the characters, except there was a dog that follows her around and helps her. It was the best part of the movie to me. Of course, all the men putting down the woman, the strong woman, the woman. I just think it wasn't necessary and it wasn't good enough to be made. Like it didn't really need to be made. And there was a lot of like little member berries, as they call them. A throwback to the Arnold Schwarzenegger line. Well, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Of course, a Native American says this in the movie, which normally wouldn't be a problem, but it came off so cringy in this movie. I'm going to do some spoilers, not a total amount of spoilers. So if you're watching, I apologize. You've been warned, but I'm not going to give away major plot points. There really is no plot. I will say that the Frenchmen in the movie, the white Frenchmen hunters, were depicted as very dirty, bad people, and the Native Americans were clean, not savage-like. The white French hunters were very just their habitat land was like in some weird it looked like a nuclear bomb went off, but it's never explained what happened to the surroundings. It's just very desolate, very gray. Trees are burned down, grass is ripped apart, burned down, but it's not really explained. But I think they're trying to make a visual point here of like, oh, these are the bad people. Look, they're dirty, they're evil. Here's the Native Americans protecting the land, and they're clean and not savages and this and that. And the movie really tries to hit home the female arc, and it even says it here on geeksandgamers.com. They did put up a good review today about it, and I like it's not a good, like I said, there's people I respect. Critical Drinker on YouTube gave it a decent review. He had his issues with it. I watched this video today, great video, and it's fine. He wasn't wrong with some of his assessment of it. It definitely was a fun movie in parts, but the problem was it wasn't enough. Some of the things the Predator does at the end of the movie just defy logic. Like these are aliens that come from a different planet. They travel interstellar travel, but yet some of the stuff they do is or he or she. It's kind of inferred that it might be a female predator. Stupid tag, and of course she's jumping off of trees and she's getting flung around by this thing at the end of the movie and not getting hurt. And then even there was a time when she's fighting people in her tribe and some of the Frenchmen, and it's so choreographed, the fight scenes. It's really bad in that sense where she's not getting hurt. Like she does everything perfect when she does do it. Not that I want to see a woman get beat up and tortured in a movie. Of course not. But if you're being realistic, if you're trying to portray realism, and I know it's a Predator movie, it's not realistic. I understand, but you get my point. Really doesn't make any sense to me. So I came away after watching it thinking, why was this movie made? I don't like this movie. It's definitely not in the top. The first Predator movie is great. The second Predator movie with Danny Glover, even though I don't like Danny Glover, was a good movie. It was a good action movie. Stupid 90s, over-the-top action movie. I like that movie. After that, it really got bad. I even think maybe Predators I think that's the one with Adrian Brody might be better than this one. It's just like it just didn't really make any sense. She even has a scene in the movie towards the end of the movie where she tells herself how much of a badass she is. Pats herself on the back. Oh, I am dangerous. You said I couldn't hunt, and I am a hunter. And she's painting her face. I'm like, what is this? Like, why are you telling me this? If it's good, if you're writing a good character in a movie, I should just know this is happening. So, I mean, again, she's not a complete Mary Sue. She does make some mistakes in the beginning of the movie and correct herself. I'll give them credit for that. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, but it definitely wasn't a necessary movie. I don't think it was good. Like I said, there were parts that were good. And at the end, it was fun to watch the Predator just annihilate people. But of course, she survived. And then, their dialect, she talks like a normal northern. She sounds like she's from Southern California. So does the tribe. I know they have a Comanche dub or that you can watch, which maybe it'll make the movie a little better. I'm curious to watch that next in a different way with the dub. It's really weird to me though. Like they have really weird accents. Like they just talk like they're from SoCal. Like, oh my God, there's a predator kind of thing. It's like really weird. It's very inaccurate historically. I do like what the point they make here. The scenery's not, I don't know. You could tell that it's not in the areas that they say it's supposed to be Colorado to Kansas, like they point out here, but you can tell it looks very similar to Alberta, Canada with the, I mean, I could let that pass. Cinematography is decent. Some of the direction is good. Like I said, the CGI, some of it's very shaky. And I mean shaky in a bad way. Like when he kills a bear in the movie, it's very kind of, that does not look good. Or when there's a lion, she has to fight a lion. I was like, oh, that looks very, very CGI-ish. So that part I didn't like. I don't know. She has a tomahawk that she carries with her that she flings, and she has it tied around her. She can pull it back. It's very weird. Probably stuff that wouldn't happens in this. I don't know. Like, and then she doesn't really have an arc. She just wants to prove that she's a good hunter. Okay. But she has no arc. Like in the first movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger had an arc. The crew had an arc, but him especially. He was this badass military soldier who basically can defeat anyone, and he gets his ass kicked by a predator. That's why the first one was so good, because he realizes he's outmanned, still finds a way to win, and is better man for it at the end of the movie. This movie doesn't do any of that stuff. It's just really, really strange. I don't know. She's just why what is it? Naru is the female antagonist in this protagonist. She's whiny. I don't know. She's just very arrogant and whiny, and I don't know. It just didn't make sense. It just wasn't necessary. So it wasn't a great movie. It wasn't the worst movie, but it wasn't a great movie. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it a subpar plot, subpar movie. Again, some decent action. Like I said, the last part of the movie was probably the best part, where the predator is just a brute force, just hunter, just destroying people. And I mean destroying people. Heads are flying off, body parts are coming apart, but the predator does some stupid things at the end of the movie, and it makes no sense. Very mediocre. It's a very mediocre movie that I think was not necessary. So that's my movie review segment. So I want to talk about the next thing. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out here to had a passing today. Real quick, Olivia Newton-John, Grease star and Grammy Award winner, dead at 73 years old. Now, Olivia Newton-John was dealing with breast cancer. I think she's been fighting, 30 years of sharing her journey with breast cancer. I remember as a kid watching Grease, and as a kid, I liked the movie. As I grew up, I did not like the movie. But everybody knows who Olivia Newton-John was because of this movie. So, I mean, she, I guess, lived a decent amount of time. 73 is not bad, but she did have a fight with breast cancer. There's a lot of rumor. Some, don't quote me on this. Some rumors going around that it came back and was in her bones, and so she put up a good fight. Yes, she had several times she had breast cancer throughout her life. She was first diagnosed in 1992 and beat it. Then it came back in 2013, remission, and then came back. So yeah, I feel bad for her. I know a lot of people my parents' age really liked her because of that movie. They grew up watching movies of hers. She was obviously a very popular singer. Grease in 19, yeah, John Travolta put out a nice thing today about her, a nice tribute. So that was pretty interesting. Yeah, so it's too bad. So anyway, R.I.P. to Olivia Newton-John. A very nice person, from what I understand. Unfortunate she had a battle with this horrible disease for so long, but that's where we are with her. So again, rest in peace, and yeah, too bad. That's too bad. So here's another segment I want to get into real quick. So we have this one really drove me crazy. This happened last week, like late last week, and it's with Jalen Rose. Now, Jalen Rose is an ex-NBA, very overrated basketball player. Has terrible takes on. I think he's on ESPN. So he had a video on Twitter the other day challenging people to stop using the term Mount Rushmore. Like, excuse me, a lot of rappers use, if you want to be great, you got to be like, get on Mount Rushmore, or you're at the Mount Rushmore of your celebrity status or music status, or basically being the top, the best. So he said it's a very offensive term, very offensive term to everyone, because of what it represents. So this genius put out a video. I'm gonna play the video, and I'm gonna share this. I want people who are listening, if they're watching, to comment on this, because this guy literally has no idea what he's talking about. Do a little research, Jalen, and you'll understand the history of this. But I'm gonna play this real quick, and you tell me what you think. It's a little hard to hear. So I want to continue to challenge myself and to challenge you to do something. Can we retire using Mount Rushmore? That should be offensive to all of us, especially Native Americans, indigenous people, who were the first people here before Christopher Columbus. That land was stolen from them when it was discovered that it contained gold. And 25 years later, to add insult to injury, 4 American presidents would put on what we call Mount Rushmore, top of the dead bodies that is buried right under. So I call for you and for myself. I'm on this too. Let's stop using the term Mount Rushmore. We talk about our favorite rappers, talking about our favorite movies, we talking about our favorite players. I know you're going to see this video, and I know you're going to take action. Okay. He knows we're going to take action. He knows we're going to help and correct this injustice. 81 points, Tim. Yeah, he's still overrated. So I'm hearing this, and as soon as I hear the words ESPN analyst says this, I just immediately tune him out. But I had to comment on this because Jalen Rose is not the brightest human being in the world. He can have his opinion. I'm not saying he can't have his opinion. He could talk about whatever he wants, right? It's the beauty of this country. You have the freedom of speech to talk about whatever you want. So you want to say Mount Rushmore is racist, you want to do this, fine. You're not free from the backlash. So again, he goes on to talk about George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, who are on there. He wants to cancel the term because it was built on top of dead bodies, which is false. There are no dead bodies. Can we retire using Mount Rushmore? No. Why do you think Washington changed their name from the Redskins? He says. I mean, this is all in the video, but I'm just paraphrasing what he said a little bit. Just reiterating what he said. I have no words, but if you want, and then of course he goes into the slave owner thing again. That's all where he's an ass, Diana. Diana, Tim says hi, by the way. I know you've been wondering. He was worried about you. So I did a little research and I reviewed some information and got some information from a person who studied history, American history. This is just quick notes, but I want to lay this out. I want to make I got a note here that there are no dead bodies that are currently under Mount Rushmore, so that's a lie. People want to talk about how the white man supposedly wiped out the Native Americans. Nobody wants to talk about the Spaniards or the Portuguese coming here, bringing the disease with them that helped wipe out the Native Americans. And that's never talked about. Good vibes. Another one that I didn't even know about is that when the 13th Amendment was passed, Native Americans did not give up slave ownership of their slaves. The United States government had to make a treaty with them to convince them to give up their slave ownership. Again, something that's not talked about in American history. You really don't know unless you do the research on your own, because you're not going to learn this in schools. You're not going to learn it from people like Jalen Rose. It's just funny to me how he can get on his soapbox and talk about this. And again, it's his opinion. He has a right to his opinion. But you're going to get backlash on this, and he's getting it. I mean, did you know that Portuguese and Spaniards brought disease also to America when they came to help? And then you know what? The funny thing is, Native Americans were actually fighting themselves before we even got here. Tribe against tribe. It's known. Look it up. They were killing each other in big numbers. And nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about how, it's always the white man came and destroyed their land and all this stuff. And did you know that Native Americans owned slaves and they did not want to give them up? Talk about that, Jalen Rose. Talk about real history. Talk about the fact that you're not smart enough to do your own research. You have one narrative. You work for a woke organization that's trash. ESPN has been trash for years. And that you're wrong. You're never going to do that. You're going to say, I got to do better. Don't tell me what I should do. I'm not the rich athlete who can go on TV and spew lies and bullshit. That's not me. That's not my job. I live in the real world. I know people who research this stuff, who know this stuff. I got that information today off somebody I watched on YouTube who knows about this stuff. But you can't tell the truth. You got to go always to the race thing, always to this, always to that. And white people, slave ownership. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Some of those presidents who are on that mountain did. That's American history, whether you like it or not. Not saying it was good, but it's part of history. So you're just going to cancel something because you don't like it. Maybe we should cancel you, because really not many people I know like you on ESPN. I don't even know people who watch ESPN anymore. Network sucks, and you suck. You're terrible. You're a terrible analyst. Your points are pathetic. You were an overrated, selfish ball player. Yeah, you were in the NBA. Great. It's an accomplishment. And like I said, you can have the right to speak any way you want. You could put these stupid narratives out there. This is what I love. I love how people hate this country, but then they know they have the freedom to do this. Even with the backlash, you have the freedom to do it. I might get backlash and comments about this or future comments. I'm tired of it. It's just sick of everything. Today was one of those days, man, where it's just between the stupid administration putting this act together that's going to, excuse my language, fuck up this country, and they're just driving it into the ground. The working people in this country get screwed. Yeah, I know, you got to take care of your own. Do not rely on the government. Totally agree. But every right you have, everywhere you look, it's just constant bullshit. And they lie. Oh, we're not going to do this. Anyway, he's part of this. He's an idiot voted for the stupid president we have right now. And if it was a Republican president, I'd say the same thing if he was doing the same thing. It's absolutely asinine. But no, Jalen Rose is an expert. And Tim's got the perfect response here. Exactly what I'm trying to say. You have the right to say what you want, but we have the right to call you out. Just like if I have a political view that you don't agree with, or a sport take, or you have the right to call me out. I'm putting myself out here publicly on the airwaves, or whatever the fuck you call it these days. You have the right to call me out. Hey, Greg, you're stupid. I think your video sucks. God bless you, man. Thanks for telling the truth. At least you're honest. Be honest. Don't be a coward and get on Twitter and talk to a group of people because you have, what, 1 million followers, 2 million followers, and go, oh, you need to do better. No, don't fucking tell me what I need to do. Don't tell me what I need to do. Maybe don't put stupid takes out there that are lies. There's no dead bodies underneath Mount Rushmore. Do your fucking research, Jalen Rose. Seriously. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm tired of it. Everything always reverts back to racism, and a white man did this, and America is trash. Go fucking do ESPN in Iraq. Go do ESPN in China. Because, since China sucks on the teat of the NBA, and the NBA, it's like, come on. What the fuck are you talking about? Talk about how Native Americans owned slaves and they did not want to give them up. And American government had to do a treaty with them to stop it. No, you don't talk about that, though. No, you want to talk about the white man and canceling Mount Rushmore. No, not going to happen, buddy. It's not going to happen. It's unbelievable. The nonsense that they're spewing. And it's happening in everything. It's in every facet of life. Government, movies, pop culture, sports now, even sports. I can't even enjoy sports. I'm loving my baseball season right now. The Mets doing great. I'm not going to lie. When they were doing their woke bullshit a couple of years ago, I was tired. I refused to watch for a while. Call me a bad fan. I'm tired of it. It's even happening in video games. I'm playing video games, and there's all these weird agendas, and it's a fucking game. Anyway, all right. I don't know what else. I really don't know what else to say about that. It's just really. Oh, okay. Diana, this is for you from Tim, by the way. You're so stupid, Tim. You really are so stupid. It's great. That's funny, though. I just get very frustrated with all this. And you got, Warren Moon making comments about how it's racist for Kyler Murray to have to watch film in his claws because it's, that's a stigma for black quarterbacks. Well, I'm sorry. If you're a fucking quarterback, I don't care what color you are. I'm sure there's plenty of stupid white quarterbacks who don't follow through on do what they're supposed to do. But no, because you have to bring that up. Not many people I know make $230 million, and I don't consider that racism. Sorry. You $230 million contract they gave him, but it's racist. Okay, cool. Must be nice. You can call me, you know what? Give me $232 million in a clause. I'll handle it. Yeah, this Trump thing is unbelievable, though. More information I'm getting here is just crazy. And that ties into my kind of next story. I know a lot of people might not be interested in this either, but this Lord of the Rings show that's coming out. I don't know how many people in here actually watch that. How many of my fans watch the Lord of the Rings? I love the original movies, but they had to get their hands on this Amazon and ruin this now. When they first announced that they were making this show for Amazon, I was like, okay, great. Amazon's got a lot of money. This could be very interesting. And then this shit comes out. They basically ghosted Peter Jackson. I am upset today, Tim. I'm just tired of it all, man. It never ends. It's like we work our asses off. God, with these pop-ups. We work our asses off. And again, I understand. Don't rely on the government to help you succeed. You're completely right. Do it, you're on your own. But you're still working your ass off just to get it taken away. More taxes, little more taxes get taken away. Your prices on goods go up just a little bit. Gas prices are going to go up just a little bit. They're going to force you to buy a stupid electric car by the way, in this act, if you read the verbiage, got to have lithium batteries, though, to run all this shit. They actually say that. I don't know. Last time I checked, what does lithium do to the environment, supposedly? Bunch of bullshit. Yeah, so Lord of the Rings show is probably the worst. It's getting the biggest pushback from fans. Now, Lord of the Ring fandom is insane. The fans are not having it. Every video that Amazon's been putting out about Lord of the Rings has been ratioed. Everything. Everything. Go look up YouTube and the like to dislike ratio. It's insane. Fans are pushing and pushing. Every advertisement I've seen, all these actors and actresses go on talk shows, Stephen Colbert, Entertainment Weekly, all this. Everything is about inclusion, inclusion, inclusion. Oh, gotta have inclusion. Please. Black dwarves and gay people and elves, fairies, and oh my. Inclusion, it's all they're talking about. I'm the first black dwarf female ever in this universe. Okay. You're not the first black person in a movie. You're not the first female in a movie. Stop acting like you're breaking new ground here. You're not inventing the wheel. You're trash because your show's trash. Good for you that you got a job. I'm not taking it away from the actress or the actors doing this because they're getting work. They're taking work. It's sure. But not stop advertising, just pushing in your face. But we're activists. We don't let men tell us what to do in the show. And the writers gave us this and that, and they gave women power. And that's all I hear. I'm going to hate watch this thing, and I'm going to review the shit out of it and just bomb it to hell. It looks bad. $53 million per episode, a $1 billion show for 8 episodes, and it looks like trash. Absolute trash. Thank you, Diana. I've been cranky all day, and the cannoli ain't help. I'm sorry, Diana. I didn't mean to ruin your day. Well, is that Filipino meatball that you want for dinner or had for dinner? Or is that wishful thinking? I'm sorry, Diana. I'm sorry you're upset. I'm cranky today. Today was one of those days. It was just a bad day. Mondays are always usually, I tell you, Mondays and Wednesdays for me. But I like that I have the outlet here with you guys. And I have to talk about this stuff and bring it up. This has been kind of boiling up with me for the last few days. On Friday, a lot of this stuff came up after our show. And I like doing my Monday shows. It's a good way for me to kind of de-stress, I guess, a little bit. But I like talking to you guys. I love the comments. And Tim says, you see that cannoli? Meatballs for dinner. Hey, Diana, I'm just saying. I'm glad you liked your meatballs, though. I love meatballs. Yeah, this woke show looks terrible. And then there's a Game of Thrones prequel coming out on HBO soon. And of course, I talked about this a little bit last week, actually. Just female empowerment. Men need to get out of. Oh, God, just shut up. Make a good story. That's the problem. They have no imagination, no creativity anymore. These people want to write garbage, absolute garbage. They got to take known franchises and turn these activists get in control of them, like this new She-Hulk movie. They literally just came out recently in the She-Hulk movie for Disney Plus. We wanted to give a voice to women. You don't need men. This show looks like crap. It looks stupid. Nobody's gonna watch it, and if they do, it's only because they're curious about it. And it's gonna get shit on. I can't wait for the guys that I follow on YouTube to review the shit out of that and just bomb it. I mean, you want to go into these things with an open mind, but they are pushing it in their advertising and woke. It's like enough. Just give me a storyline. Give me a good storyline. I wanted to go into Prey, the Predator movie I just talked about, with an open mind. Even knowing what I think what I already knew was going to be in the movie. And they just fucking went above and beyond to make it their message. It's the message. Like the Critical Drinker says, the message. I love that guy, by the way. Very infuriating. It's stupid. It's just dumb. I don't understand it. But what do I know? I'm just a schmuck on YouTube with 30 great subscribers, by the way. I love you all. I don't know. I just get very frustrated. And then, like I said, with the politics today, and I mean, they didn't look at Lord of the Rings. So Peter Jackson made the original trilogy. And again, they were different from the books. Great movies, though. I mean, some of the best movies ever made. They didn't even contact the guy. They said they would, and they ghosted him because they don't care. They don't care. This show, it has no credence or actual, like a resource to go by. It's not real. It's not a book. Tolkien did not write this story that they're making. This is what they assume he would have written, which is ridiculous. And of course, it comes out on his birthday, I believe, September 2nd. It's gonna be a trash show. Jackson's saying the right things here. He'll be watching. He doesn't want to wish ill on the filmmaking. It's hard enough, but come on, how do you not contact him about helping out with the movie, the lore? They're taking characters and have you seen the promo for Entertainment Weekly that they did for this? Who's my favorite subscriber? Well, Diana's coming in close first because Diana's awesome. So I want to say what? You're 1A and Diana's 1B, maybe, because I've known you longer, Tim. Diana's awesome. Oh, I love Greg. Greg's my boy. Greg is my boy. Greg supports me. He follows my streams. He advertises for me all over social media. Greg's my man. But how about 1A, 1B, 1C? But you're all basically number one. We'll share. Can we share? See, Diana's smiling. Aw. Diana's awesome. She's awesome on Truth Social with our Met group. We have an awesome group of Met fans that we chat a lot during the games. You feel that 1A and 1B should carry the next show? No, Tim, you can't. Well, you really want to carry the show? Can you carry a show? Maybe you could. You talk enough. I think you could carry a show. We're gonna have a fun show Friday. I'm really looking forward to the show on Friday. Again, I know not everybody's a firearms 2A person. I know Diana is. Even if you just want to support me, just come follow and watch. It's gonna be Tim. You can't have X-rated shows on YouTube, you dumbass. And you cook. What is this, Diana? And you cook a batch of chicken adobo, a fave of mine. Oh, I see what you're saying. Tim, can you cook chicken adobo? What kind of anything with chicken, I'm good. Chicken parm, I'm in. My favorite meal ever. My wife makes amazing chicken parmesan, by the way. Like amazing. When I did keto, she was gracious enough to find me a keto recipe for that. Amazing. Tim, we cannot move the podcast to OnlyFans. Though I would pay to see your OnlyFans. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there. Adobo. What did I say? Did I say Adobe, Diana? I'm sorry. It's late. Adobo. Okay. Adobo. So, Tim, you have to make Diana adobo. Can you do that? Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm grumpy tonight. I'm just agitated. There's a lot of shit in the world. There's a lot of bad juju, a lot of bad vibe. Anyway, this is why I do this. I look forward to doing this stuff. How do I look, by the way? I got this camera set up here. I don't know how I look. Looks clear to me. So anyway, yeah, the Trump thing really sent me off a little more than normal. Not that again, like I said, that's not that you have to be a Trump supporter. Come on, dude. We know what's going on. It's just ridiculous. Adobo. What's in a chicken adobo? It sounds amazing. Anybody out there want to tell me about that? Here we go. Get back to this Trump thing real quick, because I would make Diana anything she wants ever. See that, Diana? Tim wants to make you anything you want. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis blasted the FBI's raid Monday night on former President Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago. Am I saying that right? Mar-a-Lago, saying the Biden administration has turned the nation into the banana republic. He's not wrong. Not wrong. The investigate. Yeah, so we know they think he has classified information. Blah 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 blah. This is ridiculous. They're not going to prove it. This is not about proving a crime. It's just trying to break down a man. But DeSantis, it's just happening in his backyard, in his home state, his own state. Yeah, he's not going to sit by and just watch it happen. I want DeSantis to run with Trump in 2024. I want to see the mental breakdown of the voters on the other side. Just see what they do. And again, I'm not saying I always agree with all Republicans and conservatives, but as I sip my leftist tears drink, I want to see what happens. I really am curious to see The country would just you thought it was bad in 2016. Oh my God. Yeah, this is ridiculous. The banana republic is what this country has become. It's absolutely sad. Okay, so Diana says chicken, garlic, vinegar, soy sauce, and some spices. That sounds incredible, Diana. I would definitely eat that. That sounds amazing. All right, so now I gotta have chicken adobo made. I can eat that. I can eat garlic. I can have vinegar, soy sauce. I can have what kind of? I mean, any spice. I can eat spices, so I'm good. I think that sounds incredible. And Tim, you need to make this for Diana now. But yeah, I'll eat it. You can make it for you can make it for me because I would definitely eat that. Yeah, I'm a little ornery today. Adobo is a dark sauce marinade that's vinegar based. You need some secret spices and a splash of soy sauce. The secret is dry roasting the spices ahead of time. I knew you'd know what that is, Tim, because I know you do cook. Okay, Tim. So 2 things. You need to make me adobo, and I haven't had your spaghetti sauce yet because you're just afraid to give it to me for some reason. Tanner, you give all your sauce to. Me, you won't share your sauce. We're supposed to have a cook-off that hasn't happened yet. We can live stream that. That would be amazing. But no, you're afraid. I know Whiskey Banger's not afraid. Anyway, we're gonna have 4 guests on this Friday. We're gonna have Whiskey Banger. We're gonna have Filipino Meatball. We're gonna have me, of course, and they're gonna have Stovepipe, special guests. And of course, I love this. This is one of my favorite things ever, too. Look at this. I'm going to share this. The governor of Michigan tested positive for COVID. They always say the same things. I am grateful for the vaccine. Every time it's the same. They're like robots. They're programmed robots. Every person says this who gets it who's a Democrat. I am grateful that I did. Look at the Daily Wire. Crowds of Trump supporters show up at Mar-a-Lago. Look at this. This is what you're doing. And there's my little thing. This is what you're doing. Look, look what you're doing. You're awakening the fan base. Nothing better than homemade Filipino food. My neighbors for 20 years were Filipino. Oh, okay. I got to say, Tim's mom made some great Filipino food for his daughter's birthday. And it's the first time I think I've really ever had it. And it was so good. I hope I get that again this year, Tim. Is your mom cooking again? I eat mostly Italian food. I ate a lot. But I was a heavier boy. I used to eat everything. I didn't have a lot of Filipino food. Tim's gonna do a full feast for me. Adobo, lumpia. It's all keto friendly, Tim. All that stuff is keto friendly, so I can eat all that. I really do appreciate that, and I will love you and your mother forever. Oh, then if your mom's cooking again, I am fully in because Filipino food is amazing, and I never knew it until I had it. I didn't know I needed it in my life until I had it. I need it. Look at this Trump support. I'm just going through my breaking news, all this stuff. Hey, there's me live. Hey, by the way, just want to say that the Mets won again. We're doing remarkably well. This is probably I want to say the deepest team the Mets have ever had. And we maybe have a chance of winning the World Series if we can get past the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are the team to beat. Yes, Diana, it's in his daughter's birthday parties in September. Mets are for real. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far by this team. I love the chemistry. I love the manager. I love. Oh, yeah, Dan Nigno's rant on the raid. I did listen to it before this. I would play it here, but I would get copyright striked, unfortunately, or copyright claimed. If you have a chance, go listen to his rant. He went ballistic. I think it was on Fox, right? You have my boy Ryan Kinnell from RK Outpost here. FBI is being weaponized by the establishment against political opponents. The raid of Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago is insane, especially considering the total inaction against other people like Hillary Clinton and Hunter Biden. I'm going to retweet that and like that. Because he is right. My boy RK Outpost. Follow if you're watching, follow Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost on Twitter and on YouTube. He's amazing. Great take. I love that, man. Here's our boy right here. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, we're just living in a freaking weird clown world. Yeah, but I did listen to Dan Begnin. I can't even pronounce his last name. God. Begino's, rant on the rate of Trump. He went absolutely crazy, and it was epic. It was beautiful. And he's right. It's trash. Listen, so as of right now, I have my family. I have the Mets doing well. Life is good in the end. I mean, there's problems. Everybody's got problems. Bongino. God, I swear, thank God for you, Diana. You're telling me about adobo, how to say it correctly. Bongino. Thank God for you. Without you, I'd be lost. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just tired of it all. Jalen Rose thing really pissed me off too. I'm just tired of it. Tired of all these people just getting away with this, saying this shit. And the one thing I'll say about conservatives, they don't band together. They're afraid they get canceled. They're afraid they get fired. The liberals don't care about this. Left doesn't care about this shit. They just say what they want. They mobilize. They stick together and they mobilize and they attack. Whiskey. Yes. So I have Diana. I have the Filipino meme. I have a great support group on this. I love that they have more guests coming on. I do want to do with my Met fan group on Truth Social. I would love to do a live stream talking about the Mets and just getting to know some of these people a little more. In the near future here, I think I want to do that. I don't know how comfortable a lot of these people would be on screen, but you can hide yourself behind an avatar and just do audio. You people let me know. You have my Truth Social information. You can message me on there. I want to have a stream with my Met fan people. Just do a Met stream about that. Would be great because they're awesome on there. And it's a fun time when the Mets are playing, and I get to chat with those guys and girls. Yeah, I'm just kind of on one tonight. I needed a rant though. I needed to get that out. I'm very happy that I got to vent to you people because you guys are awesome. Tim's trying to pawn off his Filipino food to Diana. Like, just try this. I don't even know what that. Tim, how do you say that? Sinigang? Siningag? I don't even know. What are you talking about? I won't. Gotta be when. Yeah, I love Liv. Liv is awesome. I hope she's around when we can do it. Maybe on a weekend, a special day. Maybe when the Mets actually get closer to the end of the season, or I don't know, one of the big series they have coming up with the Atlanta. We'll figure it out. Sinagang. Okay. Listen, I'm not going to throw stones. Italian people have weird names for their food too. Managat and mozzarella and all. It's like, that's not how you really say it. That's how we say it. Food's amazing though. So synagogue. Okay, you guys are. It's toasted garlic, fried rice, and a thin white wine. That sounds incredible. How have I missed out on Filipino food for all these years? Tell me. I mean, obviously, it doesn't look like I need to eat any more than I do. I mean, I've lost a lot of weight, but that all sounds amazing to me. So I'm missing out on a lot of things with Filipino food. But in September, I know if I go to this party, I'm going to taste it all. I don't care. I'll work it off. It's worth it. Yeah, so there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more I could have got into. I wanted to kind of keep this at an hour, but I'm going over a little bit. But I've seen people live stream about stuff for 4 hours on their own. I don't know. It's a little harder to do on your own. God bless these people. But I just wanted to kind of get all this news out there, this information. Just wait until you fried Filipino spaghetti. Just promise me you won't compare it to Italian spaghetti. I'll keep an open mind. I can do that. Filipino spaghetti. Don't tell me what's in it. I want to eat it first, and then you can tell me after I taste it. So that sounds incredible. I like food, period. Doesn't matter. Filipino spaghetti, though. Interesting, Tim. So yeah, on Friday, like I said, we're gonna do a unpopular. So I think what I'm gonna do going forward is have an unpopular opinion segment on most of my shows. Just pick random subjects and have an unpopular opinion show. I like that idea. So I'm going to do that. This weekend is firearms. The unpopular opinions of 45 versus 9 mil. Is a shotgun a bad home defense weapon? Is 40 cal necessary? Using AR-15 is your only home defense weapon. Are there better options? A revolver is necessary. Are they outdated? There's going to be a lot of this. It's going to be great. If you're not into the firearm scene, I understand if you don't want to watch. I would, if you want to learn, I would definitely watch this week because these guys I'm going to be talking to are very knowledgeable about the firearms industry and just things in general. So, okay, so Tim's saying Filipino spaghetti it's sweeter. You put sweater, but I know what you mean. More cheese and so uses different protein. So it's like a sweet sauce that goes over it instead of like spaghetti sauce. Which, by the way, you're welcome about how I told you the secret ingredient for spaghetti sauce. My grandmother told me. You're welcome. So I know it improved it, I hope. That's what you told me. So I got to have Filipino spaghetti. I got to have the pork that I'm going to go nuts. I might gain a lot more weight back. This camera's not really doing me any favors. Or maybe it's just the angle. I swear to God, I've gained weight again. But maybe my wife says, no, I'm crazy. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I'm like a woman. No offense to you women. I love you, but kind of a Nancy when it comes to this stuff. So anyway, sweet banana ketchup sauce. Sweet banana on spaghetti. Okay. Man boobs. Diana, that was a great joke on Truth Social last night with the man boob thing. Watch Whiskey Banger get so mad at the men I'm sending. The men? Am I missing something there, Tim? Diana's right, man boob. That was a great. You know what? I used to have them. I got rid of most of them. I need to work out. I think that's my biggest problem. I'm just so it's not an excuse. I bought a rowing machine. My wife uses it every day. I did, and then I stopped. Meme. Okay, meme. I really have to get back on that wagon. Just lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I hate working out, but I know it's necessary to maintain a little more. So, yeah, 9 mil versus 45. You're so stupid, Tim. This is gonna be a great next week. I'm gonna have a lot of good information. I'm gonna come up with some. I know Diana will be watching, right? You like firearms. Most of the people I follow on there are firearms 2A people. Mimi did say we like meat on our men. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, Tim. You're a beautiful man. Saying I look like a G and you will fist fight anyone who says any different. No, I get it. You know how. Listen, I'm just a little self-conscious because I did so well and I want to go backwards. All right, Diana's on. She's there. Tim, Diana's there for the gun talk. We're gonna have some good debates, like cordial, but we're gonna talk like friends talk to each other. We're gonna bash each other a little bit, call each other names, but we're gonna hug it out after and go for a beer. I think Greg will be there. Greg, you'll be there. It's going to be Friday, 7:05 p.m. Mountain. I know it's a little late for the East Coast people, but I'm really looking forward to that. And like I said, we're going to do that going forward. We're going to do, I like the unpopular opinion segment, even if it's going forward on certain subjects, be a smaller portion. This next one for Whiskey and Cannoli's podcast is going to be a much larger. I mean, it's basically going to take up most of the show, which I'm good with. So I'm looking forward to this Friday. I listen. You guys have been great tonight. Tim's going to romance Diana with his EDC. I know what that means. I hope Diana knows what that means. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate you always supporting me. Seems like I get a bigger audience too on Friday, but maybe that's just because it's the weekend. But you guys have been great. You've been consistently hovering between 7 to 10 people live. Listen, I'll take what I can get. You guys are awesome. But what is Diana saying? I don't. Well, if you can't make it, Diana, I understand. I'm not, no pressure. You can always go back and watch the replay. Oh, you don't know what EDC means? Oh, everyday carry. Yeah, that's just the term for your carry weapon that you take with you everywhere. But Tim's not talking. Well, never mind. I think you get the point. Tim and Diana, what a dynamic duo you two have become. This is great. I love you too. Yeah, so I love doing this. I love doing the podcast. I love interacting with the comments now that I got more viewers. Hopefully in the near future or sometime in the future. I'm not putting more. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself at the beginning. I have to make videos. I have to edit a certain way. Just love doing the live streams. I've come up with kind of a schedule that I'm going to do. I had a suggestion from the wife, do your Monday streams, do your Friday streams, and then do one video a week that you just want to talk about. So that's a good idea. So I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I was losing my mind, man. The weekend, I got to put out 7 videos about this because I'm not there yet. These people have bigger channels. They have editors. They have producers. They have people who actually do this stuff for them. I'm not doing that. I have a great support group. Tim's going to be my editor eventually. I pay for all this software. I pay monthly for this and that and thumbnail thing. I'll use it. I use it all, but I'm not going to go crazy. I need to give Tim permission on my channel to cut clips up and make a YouTube clip channel for CannoliSasquatch clips. I would give him permission for that. Tim, that's your future job. Tim is a Gucci boy with his EDC. This is going to be a great conversation. I can't wait. I'm happy for the guests they're going to be coming on. It's going to be awesome. And let's see what happens tomorrow. With the Trump thing, there's going to be a lot of talk about this all over the place tomorrow. It's going to be a very fun news day. I'm sure something else will happen, but it's going to be very Trump heavy. You're going to see a lot of people celebrating what happened to him, calling him a criminal, and he should be arrested. You're going to see people protecting him and sticking up for Trump. This is going to be great. But now you got DeSantis involved. You pissed off the shark. DeSantis is a bad man, and he's coming for you now. You did it in his backyard. I don't know legally what he can do. I'll find out more tomorrow when I'm listening to some of the shows that I listen to, but this is going to be epic, and I can't wait. When is your midweek stream? Well, no, see, Tim, the midweek thing is just more of just a short video that I'll do on a subject. Monday nights are my personal stream days, and then Friday is the big one. You're more than welcome to come on a Monday with me, of course. I have no problem with that. Whiskey Banger will be there on Friday. Yes, Greg. I definitely will. He's been great about this, man. He's again works full time like I do. Has a really stressful job. He's got a baby, 2-year-old, basically almost, and another one on the way. And he finds time to do this with me. So I love him for that. Tim, you're always welcome, you dumbass. Yeah, Tim, you want to do a Monday stream sometime? Just let me know. I'm on the same times as Fridays. So any guest really wants to pop on a Monday for a little bit, I'm good with. We can come up with subjects. I don't mind doing these on my own. I kind of like it sometimes, but I don't mind having a guest on with me because it's fun. I have fun doing this. I got to tell you, I'm going to do in the future. We all work full time. He isn't better than me. Well, he's taller than you. He's better than me too, Tim. Don't worry. No, I'm just kidding. Tanner's a good dude. Tim's a good dude. They're all good dudes. I have a good support. I have a good group. A small circle since I've gotten older, but a good quality. I'd rather have quality over quantity anytime. I'm pretty sure some of the people on here, as you get older, you do realize you don't need a big group of friends. You just need quality friends. And I've learned that. And pick friends that are going to improve you and raise you up, not bring you down, who are successful, who are ambitious, good with money, good at making money. You want to hang around with these people. Tim brings you bring quality. If you give me some of that Filipino spaghetti you were talking about, that's quality. You're in the group. You're in. Anything with food, you're in. So yeah, we're gonna have. I'm kind of trying to come up with some concepts for future shows on the Whiskey and Cannoli podcast as well. I want to do this. I want to have a paranormal show because my wife's into this weird paranosis show on TikTok. So I give her a lot of shit for it because I think some of it's fake. But I used to be into more of that stuff, and as I gotten kind of older, a little more jaded towards it. But my credit, I need to get my credit score a little higher, just a little bit. I want to have a lot of different talking points. I want to have a financial show. I have a buddy back east, my great friend Chris the Brick Wall. He's a fitness guru, guy, immaculate shape, has a fitness background, has degrees in this stuff. I want to get him on, have a fitness show. I kind of want to, just move into different areas. That's the beauty of doing these live streams on YouTube is you don't have to stick to one genre. So I want to do that. We're going to do a conspiracy theory show. That's going to be one of the opinion shows, not unpopular opinions, but opinion shows. Trump helped me skim my friend list down. You know what? You're not wrong, Diana. I know a lot of people who lost a lot of friends, even family members. Good riddance. Good riddance. I mean, if they were really your friends, they'd stick with you through all that. But you know what? I'm your friend, Diana. You have friends here. You got Filipino Meatball and CannoliSasquatch and the Truth Social people. The older I get, I just don't care. People don't want to be friends with me because of who I voted for or it doesn't matter. I have friends that who disagree with me politically. We just don't talk about it. Or we have friendly chats and joke about it. Yes, we're going to do a conspiracy theory show. I don't know how much YouTube is going to like that because I know they're not big into conspiracy stuff, but I think we're going to have that. We're going to do that. We're going to do paranormal. We're going to do, and I know not everybody's into the paranormal stuff, but we're going to do that. Maybe I can get the wifey on that one. She's into all this stuff, man. My kid watching these shows. Oh my God. It's really funny though. Can Diana be my FWB? Asking for myself completely myself. FWB? Is that what I think it is? I'm scared, Diana, what that means, but I think I know what it means, and I'm sorry. Tim's just a dumbass. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I just broke everything in my house. Tim is definitely comic relief, man. Yeah, exactly, Diana. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is that? FWB? I thought it meant something else. I'm sorry. Tastes much better in this flask because it says leftist tears on it. I don't know, Diana. That's a question for you. Friends with benefits, huh? Interesting. You too. Exactly. You, Tim. You're a pervert. No, you're the sick one. You're the one making comments like that. Oh, okay, Diana. Thank you. Thank you, Diana. See? You guys are crazy. But I love you all. I really do appreciate everybody who's been watching for this long. I know it's late in certain parts of the country. I know, Diana, you've been sticking with me. You're awesome. But I'm probably going to head off now because I do have to get up early for work tomorrow. Got to pay the bills to pay for YouTube. So, Tim, thanks again for being yourself. I wouldn't expect anything less. Whoever else is watching, Greg, you're awesome. Thanks for the support. I will be live again with Whiskey Banger, Filipino Meatball, and special guest Stovepipe. Yeah, by the way, don't make fun of my creepy Sasquatch. Tim was telling me that he thinks that the Sasquatch is creepy. He's adorable. He's baby Sasquatch. He's my friend. He's my companion. He has opinions too. Let him be. He's a baby Sasquatch. Watching alone with hubby, this is better. Oh, I appreciate that, Diana. I really do. I really do appreciate you always catching up when you can. I know the Met games take up time. I understand. I follow them the last inning. 72 wins. Unbelievable. Having a great year. I really have a great feeling about this team. If they can just stay healthy and get to through the next 2 months, we're in. I'm going to be on vacation in Texas I won't tell him, Diana. I'm going to be in Texas when the Mets are playing the Braves, the very second to last series in the season. So I'm going to probably be watching them clinch, hopefully by then, a division and celebrating there. But I'll be with family. Unfortunately, they're Yankee fans, but it's okay. I still love them. Yeah, Greg, I'm looking forward to Friday too, man. It's going to be a great show. Again, I'm going to take off because I've just been blabbing here. I really appreciate everything from everyone. You guys are awesome. I have nothing to say. Trying to find. Okay. I'm going to do my outro here. Again, I'm tired. I'm sorry. Thanks for everybody who listened. I love you all. I will see you Friday at 7:05 p.m. for the Whiskey and Cannolis podcast. Look out for some YouTube shorts and a short video I'll probably be doing sometime this week, Wednesday or Thursday. Thanks for Thanks for sticking around. Love you all. I will talk to you Friday.